So I'm just sitting in my office in Bali, and I've been here a few days, and it's a few days before my birthday. It's the end of November, and usually around this time, I like to have a look at my goals and the goals that I've set for myself for the year. Usually, I do it around this time. About a month before the year ends, so I know what to do to prepare heading and going into the next year. And basically, I was doing a bit of reflection on how I've got to where I am and how I've been able to build a business that, does over seven figures, like well over seven figures a year. And how I've been able to kind of get to this point in life I'm 23 now, about to turn 24. How I get to this point in life where I am where I am, and I've been able to do some, crazy things. I've been able to live a pretty intense, crazy life with experiences that most people never experience in their entire lives. I would consider myself still fairly young. 24 is starting to get on a bit. But I was basically thinking about who I was before I became who I am. And you come to this kind of realization that when you achieve these big things, that you're a completely different person internally to who you were, before you achieved these achievements. When I think back to who I was before I am where I am, I was someone who had a whole different set of beliefs. I was someone who hadn't kind of experienced and hadn't really seen entirely what's possible. And through the last kind of 3 to 4 years from when I left my 9 to 5 in Australia and I moved overseas, and I started kind of hanging out with more successful people, started seeing the type of lives they were living. This kind of woke me up a little bit. Because when you're in that corporate world and stuff like that, you have an entire different set of beliefs. And I've come to realize that your beliefs create your reality. When I met these people that had these, huge businesses, they lived these crazy lives with complete time and money freedom. And now I know that's completely wrong. So undergoing that transformation and opening your eyes is something that gives you that different set of beliefs. And the different set of beliefs is what helps you create your reality. So if I believe something is true, that becomes my reality. If I believe that it's possible to make 6 figures a month, that eventually opens up that reality for me to actually create and make that my reality. And this is quite hard to see when you're in those early stages. And when you spend time with those people that are doing those crazy numbers, that are living those crazy lives, that have dominated like multiple areas of life, you kind of realize they're like fairly normal people. It's just their mind that's different. It's their, they're not born with some like special gift. They've usually gone through the process themselves to opening themselves up to new beliefs, and then from there creating their reality around those beliefs. And so I've kind of gone over this process of setting my goals for the next year, and my goals are way bigger than they've ever been before, and that's because I believe I can achieve them. I believe that that's possible. I know it's possible. And those beliefs will help me set my reality. And what I will do is I'm going to fill my head with those beliefs every single day. I'm going to sit down and look at I print off a document with my goals, or I have it written in my notebook. And I sit down every single day and I look at those beliefs that I have. I look at the goals that I have, and I fill my head with that. I fill my head with those beliefs, with the beliefs that I believe will take me to that next step. I think it's a really important process to go through. I think changing your beliefs is basically a huge catalyst to success in any, realm. And if you don't break your beliefs, the limiting beliefs that are keeping you where you are, you're basically destined to stay there forever. Because your brain, your internal wiring says it's not possible. You don't believe it's possible. You don't believe that you can achieve this thing. And so what I encourage you to do is figure that out. Figure out what exact beliefs that person has. What exact beliefs the future version of you has. Do they believe that they can make 6 figures a month, truly? Do they truly believe that it's possible? Do they know it's possible? And if you don't think it's possible, go out and find a way to believe it's possible. Go see it with your own eyes. Meet people who are doing it. It's something that, for me, seeing it with my own eyes breaks the belief. And if you don't have the belief and you don't feel like you can get that belief, you're kind of coping yourself into a position of I don't want to say mediocrity, but a position where you already are. You're coping yourself into believing that you're already at the upper limit of what you can achieve as a person. And if that never stops, if that process never stops, this is why I do it every year. I kind of build on top of myself every year. And I think about, what does the next version of me believe? And I kind of write down those beliefs, and then I fill my head with those beliefs every single day. And that allows me to just, constantly hammer that belief into my mindset, hammer that belief into my life. And those beliefs then come out into reality. I've never been like a very spiritual person or a law of attraction, kind of la-di-da kind of stuff. But this type of thing, as I've improved, I realized that it's about beliefs. And that, this isn't this isn't hippie shit. This is just your mindset. This is, crafting that belief system that you have inside your head that allows you to go and work, that allows you to go and train properly, that allows you to basically keep going with consistency. And that belief system is something that can stay with you and can evolve over the entirety of your life. And I think without an evolving belief system, without, those beliefs that keep growing as with you as a person, I think you're just destined to stay in the same place. And so this is the kind of realization I've had sat here doing my goals for the next year. So I strongly implore you guys to go do the same thing. Go write down your goals, and then write down what type of person you need to become to achieve those goals. What type of person is achieving those goals, in the real world. Go do that. Hammer them into your mindset every day. Read them every single day, no matter what, without fail. Whenever you get a spare 5 minutes, open your notebook, print out the document, look at it, have it on your desk. Whenever you get a spare 5 minutes, read it, and it will give you that propeller. It will give you that push to basically keep going. So that's the video for today, lads. Let me know if you agree. Anything you want me to film next? Anything you want? Any topics you want me to cover? Drop them in the comments, and I'll film a video on it. Cheers.